The statement, "everybody knows that young people don't engage with the news anymore," should be considered false. Society has always asked, what is the problem today with youth accessing the news? But in our modern context, we should really be questioning, what is the problem with the news accessing our youth? Mindick describes the last 40 years as seeing a steady decline in news consumption from youth. However, his definition of the news only extends upon traditional outlets such as newspaper and television broadcasting. Stephen Harrington offers David Buckingham's opinion, stating the youths of today apparent disinterest in the news is based on the increased modernity of technology. Simplified, Buckingham expresses the concern that with the advent of new technologies, first radio, then television, and now the internet, news providers are confronted with the task of appealing to the demographics that's savvy to each new technology. It is often forgotten that with new news sources, youth have been accessing their news elsewhere. Journalist Elise Pitt of Yan magazine said that today's society is overstimulated by mass advertising and mass media, making them increasingly dissatisfied with traditional news methods. With the accessibility the internet provides, I believe that this attitude is entirely plausible. One would rather have information that is relevant and accessible and not engage in news programming that is irrelevant to their culture and, ironically, slanders their disinterest in the news. It is no wonder the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development claims youth demographics have a less deferential and passive orientation towards new media. The media has attempted to adapt to this disinterest in traditional news through broadcasting technique, entertainment news. Harrington gives examples of such shows as Good News Week and the 7PM Project, which incorporate the use of humorous, well-known celebrities to present news through a panel. A topic is introduced and then discussed in an often satirical and biased way. An important part of news journalism is presenting news stories in a manner that is familiar and relatable. As Fisk describes, the ease of which a news story is adapted into oral culture is a telltale sign of the popularity of the form it was presented. A news story that cannot easily be interpreted from text into oral culture is a sign a story has failed to capture audience attention. This new approach wins over youths as it allows for audience participation, allowing viewers to actively engage and express their own views by competing with the variety of views presented by panelists. Harrington corroborates, stating the tactic appealed to viewers who claimed they were entertaining yet informative. The format of panel shows rely heavily upon bias, forcing viewers to reaffirm or reconsider opinions on said topics. This contrasts to traditional news techniques, whose focus is to produce objective stances on news topics. With the youth of today constantly being bombarded by the information highway, it is hard for neutrality to impact consumers. By challenging viewers, these biased entertainment format shows are helping youth engage in the news and integrate important news and current events into their respective oral cultures. Though entertainment news may merely be the tip of the iceberg, it is through these new innovative forms of news presentation that are paving the way for the future. The convergence of technology and the evolution of respective generations will forever pose new challenges and threats for the media. It is the responsibility of the new media to engage the youth by adapting to these changes in culture. The question is, and will always remain, what is the problem today with news accessing youth?